This game recap is brought to you by IBC Bank. IBC Bank, we do more. Sidderly Homes, Network Funding, and by Greg Sherman Videography. Call 419-902-3353 for all your video needs in San Antonio and the Hill Country. Last year's inaugural meeting between Cibolo Steele and San Antonio Reagan did not disappoint. The teams combined for 7 lead changes, and the game wasn't secured until the Knights got a fourth quarter stop and recovered an onside kick with about 3 minutes remaining as Cibolo Steele won the game 35-30. Tonight's rematch features teams coming into the game in polar opposite directions. The Knights blew a 2-touchdown lead against O'Connor last week, but they did come back and recover to win 43-31, ending the Panthers' 27-game regular season win streak. The Rattlers, meanwhile, managed only 60 yards of total offense and 4 first downs as they were shut out by San Antonio Brennan 17-0. It was the first time that the Rattlers had been shut out since the 2009 season opener. Tonight's rematch features a little bit of history. This is the first time ever that Reagan has played a regular season or postseason game at Lenhoff Stadium, and this is the 20th year of the program. So how will tonight's matchup play out? Well, let's take you up to Shirts and check out the highlights brought to you as always by IBC Bank, Network Funding, and Sidderly Homes. Coaches David Sines and Lyndon Hamilton talking before the game, asking if the Detroit Tigers are really that bad. Yes, guys, they are terrible. Before the game, Sines addressed his team in the Knights locker room.
The war's won with each battle. Taking one play at a time. Dominate the play. You dominate the plays, you dominate the game. It's a mindset. Have each other's back. Be happy for one another when they make plays. Somebody makes a mistake, love them up.
David Sines was on the inaugural Steele coaching staff in 2006 and won a state title ring with the Knights in 2010, the last football title won by a local team. The Rattlers have played 221 varsity games since they began varsity play in 2000. None of those games have been played at Lenhoff Stadium, though they won't have to wait 19 years to come back as they play Clemens next week. With Travis Staley still out resting, sophomore Lance Lorenz got the start at quarterback and joined Staley, Kellen Mond, and Trevor Knight, among others, to start as a sophomore quarterback. Also making his debut was freshman running back Carson Green, who would go on and have a good debut. In the first half, the Rattlers looked like they had played plenty of games at Lenhoff in the past. The NEISD team forced 3 first-half Steele turnovers and needed just over a quarter to pass their entire offensive output from week 1. Steele quarterback Wyatt Beagle fumbled once and was picked off twice, the last of which by Lamarck Patterson early in the second quarter set up the Rattlers at the night 5. 2 plays later, Lorenz threw his first career touchdown pass to Blake Thompson, who had his first career touchdown reception. Rattlers' first touchdown of the season, they took the lead 7-6, and the Rattlers student section voiced their sincere approval to the play. Beagle had a rough start to the game, but would settle down, which brings us to our IBC Bank Do More play of the game. First offensive play after the Reagan touchdown, the junior quarterback pump faked, which caused all 11 Rattlers to bite. He pulled the ball back down, ran straight through the field, and in for a 68-yard touchdown run. 11 seconds after losing the lead, Steele had it back at 13-7.
We know what we're capable of, so big plays like that, they just build on each other. It's a snowball effect, so we get one and they all start coming. It's a snowball effect. So you make your adjustment, you get the snowball rolling, and it's just going down from there.
Beagle added another later in the quarter, but that long run was our IBC Bank Do More play of the game. IBC Bank, we do more. Carson Green, I mentioned, had a great debut for Reagan. He rushed for 102 yards and had his first career touchdown right before halftime to pull the Rattlers within 20-14 going into the locker room. Second half, though, Steele defense put the clamps down on the Reagan offense, holding them to just 111 yards of total offense after halftime until the final drive of the contest. That defensive output included a beach ball-esque interception by Michael Sereno. Beagle put the game out of reach on the ensuing drive, running right into your locker room, or man cave if you have one in your house, also known as the end zone, for his third touchdown run of the game in the fourth quarter. Lorenz would finish with 159 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. His numbers were on par with the debuts of other sophomore quarterbacks, including Staley, Kellen Mond, and Trevor Knight, though they played much easier easier opponents such as Buda Hayes and Harlingen. Beagle had well over 160 yards of combined offense, and the Knights went on to win 34-21. Beagle overcame those 3 turnovers to move Steele to a hard-fought 2-0.
Game nerves settled down. Everybody got ready to play, realized we're playing a great opponent. They're very well coached, have a lot of good athletes on their team, and then we finally picked up our mistakes. End of last year, was not how we wanted it to be. So going into summer, we were all very committed, worked very hard, and I think we're on the right track.
The Knights are 2-0 for the first time in 4 years when they started 14-0 before losing in the semis to Katy. Rattlers are 0-2 for the first time since 2004 when they finished 3-7 in David Wetzel's debut year as head coach. Reporting from Schertz, I'm Greg Sherman.